Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. For this video, I'm gonna be reacting to restaurant says they will sue TikToker after negative review goes viral. Like, I don't understand people. Like, the point of a review is to give your opinion, and your opinion can be good or bad. So if it's negative, like, why do you care? Like, they're giving their own personal opinion. It's not like they're doing it on purpose, like they're trying to attack your business or something. Like, sometimes negative criticism can make you get better or fix things, but just because, like, everyone has an opinion, are you going to sue everyone that gives a negative review? Like, I don't understand that. Anyway, let's see what happens. And also, the light's weird because I'm recording at nighttime and the window in front of me has no light, so I'm just using the lights that I have, so don't care about the lights. Anyway, let's get into this, and please subscribe. Let me know what else I should react to in the comments below.
Right, so for today's video, we're going to be talking about a situation that's kind of been playing out within the last month or so. It started at the beginning of June, there's been some updates throughout June, and now there's been a much bigger update within the last couple of days. And this is basically the story of how a TikToker posting a negative review on a restaurant resulted in legal action threats, and ultimately resulted in the restaurant closing down. Now, before we get into that, I do just want to quickly let you know that next month we host...
So they closed, but also I don't think it's based off of one person. I feel like one person saying the food is bad or something, like, it can't just be one person that shuts down your restaurant. It must be multiple people, and yeah, this must have been the final straw. Another person reviewing it, but I feel like it's not just based off of one person's review. Like, that's dumb.
Hosting a charity football game in memory of one of my lifelong friends. All the money raised is going to be going towards Encephalitis International, and as we can see here, Encephalitis International is the only non-profit of any size anywhere in the world providing direct support and information to people affected by encephalitis, brain inflammation, raising awareness and furthering our understanding of the condition through research. So yeah, in case you don't know what encephalitis is, it's inflammation of the brain, and it can cause severe brain damage and also cause death. It's not talked about enough, especially with how devastating it can be, so we want to try and raise as much money as possible to help give support to people who are affected by encephalitis. So if you do have some money to spare and you want to donate to a great cause, that's going to be linked in the description and the pinned comment, and yeah, I appreciate it. Okay, so getting into the topic of today's video.
At first I thought it was an ad, but
situation is
maybe not.
UGC with Hanua. Now, Hanua recently uploaded a video talking about her experience at a restaurant called Farsi Cafe in Mississauga, Canada.
I cannot believe that I'm the only one who got scammed by Farsi Cafe at Where One, literally Farsi. So I went there for dinner with two of my friends, and I've been there before, thought we'll go there, have a good time. Anyways, we decided to order our mains as it was 9 p.m. already, so we just decided to go with the mains. This over smart server shows up and tries to push some cocktails based on our zodiac signs. Okay, we were like, no, we don't want any drinks, and we clearly tell him that we do not want to order any appetizers.
So yeah, this is important, right? So the waiters came over and started trying to like tempt them.
Don't tell me
things like cocktails.
They charge them for
like
drinks.
This. Waiters might do that at a restaurant, right?
That they didn't want.
Usually, when you say you don't want any of that stuff, they don't give it to you.
And they move on.
In this case, and as we'll later find out, in a lot of people's experiences at this specific restaurant, they started receiving things that they didn't order.
So he goes, okay, cool. I'll get you started with some pani puri, and leaves. Didn't even ask, just left. Next thing we know, pani puri lands on our table. We are like, we did not order this. And then 10 minutes later, papri chaat shows up on our table. Again, we tell the server that we did not order this. The server says, oh, it comes with the pani puri. So now we are thinking, okay, maybe this is something on house or a complimentary starter.
Well, it turns out it wasn't
No, you gotta make sure before. You did not touch food. If you didn't order it, like, you better make sure before you eat it, because if you eat it, you're gonna have to pay for it if they didn't say for sure that it was like for free or on the house. So don't tell me they ate it and then they had to pay for it, because I feel like if I was in that situation, I'd be like, I didn't order this, so you can take it back, because I'm gonna eat it, and if I don't eat it, I'm not gonna pay for it. So I'm pretty sure she's gonna say they ate it and paid for it. Like, even if they're trying to scam you and give you stuff that you didn't order, if I didn't order it, I'm not gonna pay for something I didn't order, and I'm not gonna eat it. So Like, you better 100% make sure before.
Complimentary at all, because when they received the bill, it was $240, which they then
$240
realized was too much.
Fast forward, we finish dinner, get the machine to pay, and one of my friend pays the bill, and now it gets very interesting. So we walk out, and my friend goes, wait, the bill was like $240. I was like, excuse me, for 3 mains and for 3...
Also, how do you notice? I don't know. Maybe it's a machine or something, but on the machine, doesn't it show you the price you're gonna pay before you pay? Like, why are they surprised after they leave the restaurant? Wouldn't you still be in the restaurant when you find out how much the meal was and be like, I ain't paying for that, but take that off my bill or whatever? Like, I don't understand. Like, whether you pay on a screen, like self-pay, or at a cash register, can't you always see the amount before you pay? I'm confused.
Diet Cokes, we paid $240. We checked the menu prices online, start doing our math. It didn't add up. So we walk back in and ask for the bill. And guess what? They don't give it to us. They say, we will email it to you in 10 minutes.
That's
Why
dumb.
10 minutes? It was just printed
What?
like 2 minutes ago. We wait, no email, no follow-up. Then finally we get it. And while we are standing there and waiting, we check the Google reviews of the place. And it was...
But that's weird. Why would you pay for something you don't know the price before you pay? Like, don't you check before? I don't know. I'm confused. Like, yeah, it's a scam. I get that, but like, even if it wasn't a scam, wouldn't you just check how much you're paying before you pay? Isn't it the normal thing to do? And at least for me, it is.
It was all there. Review after review. People being scammed the exact same way.
Okay, so let's actually take
I was
a
interrupted by
read
an
through some
ad.
of these reviews. So bear in mind, all the reviews I'm going to read here are way before Hanua posted this video, right? So before it became like this viral situation. For example, this review is from a year ago, and it says, the restaurant boasts an impressive presentation and a lavish dining environment. However, their service is severely lacking. If possible, I would rate them as 0 out of 5. They use misleading tactics to push extra items, making it seem like they're complimentary, only to clarify later that it's free only if you didn't consume or like it. Additionally, there's a troubling blame game between the servers and management. In my experience with top-tier dining,
I'm confused. Like, why do people not make sure before eating it? Because, I don't know, maybe it's just me. Like, when I order something, that means I want to eat that. Like, I don't want anything else on the menu. So if someone gave me food that I didn't order, I'm not going to eat it either way. But I would just be like, and even if I wanted to eat it, I would make sure, like, oh, this is free. And if they said yes, I don't know, maybe they did say it's free and then they have a secret bill that they don't show you, but you would also check the bill before you pay anything. So I'm confused about that. I don't know, maybe
any
it's just
complaints
me.
are usually addressed with a
I'm
refund,
confused.
discount, or a replacement dish. Unfortunately, this establishment failed to take any responsibility and even responded rudely, showing eyes as if they were more angry than us. And then they go on further to talk about like the food and how it was and stuff.
But
the main
I
thing
see why
here
they
with today's
closed down.
situation is this misleading tactics, you know? Getting people to order things, making it seem as if it's complimentary, but then later charging them. And in fact, looking on TripAdvisor, you can see many reviews from over 2 years ago at this point saying very similar things. I'm very dissatisfied with this cafe. They charge a lot extra money for stuff that we did not order. And about the tip, there is this very bad policy. They charge $50 to $60 just for the tip, even if I'm not able to pay. Please be wise with public, stop doing this. So it seems like this has been a problem for quite
They tip in
literally
Canada?
years, and it just so happens that it is now went a lot more viral. And in fact, just on the subject of that tip, like we just read in the review, Hanua actually goes on to talk about this gratuity fee that they weren't made aware of.
So we confronted the server and now he's like, who said it was free? It was happy hour thing. Like, happy hour, are you serious? We did not order this. And we literally told you we do not want any appetizers. You pushed it on us. You left it on our table and you charged $39 for it. How does it even make sense? Oh, and then the best part, 18% gratuity added to the bill without telling us, even though their menu says...
Alright, so when did they get the receipt? I thought they never got the receipt. Well, maybe they didn't get it after the 10 minutes that they said, but I'm confused. Don't you... Wouldn't you check before you pay? Like, that's the thing I'm stuck on. Because if they gave me a bill and I was like, I didn't order this, I didn't eat this, I'm not paying, like, I wouldn't. And I'm not going to pay that much in tip, too, especially when the service is horrible. But they didn't check their bill before, so that's the weird thing to me.
To parties of 5 or more, we were 3 of us, and we tipped on top of that, obviously, because we were never shown the breakdown at the time of payment.
Now, Hanua ends the video by basically saying they denied their thing. They did actually get somewhat of a refund. They got $39 on a gift card to what I assume is a gift card just
a gift
for the
card,
restaurant, which isn't very good.
and the
right?
place
Because
closed
if you have
down.
such
What
a
you can
negative
use it
experience at the
for?
restaurant, you probably don't want to go back. But also, Hanua goes on to talk about further just how many people have had such a similar experience.
When we confronted them, they completely denied everything. There was no acknowledgement of what just happened. They just gave us the $39 back on the gift card and refunded us the tip. There's more. Then we walk outside the restaurant and there's this another couple who were there at the restaurant, and then he tells us that a very similar thing happened to us. Now, after research, I found out that they have been doing this to so many people. There are so many reviews that
Also,
are
how lame is your restaurant that you have to try to get people to pay more?
$25 and they charged us $29. How is this even legal? This is not about $39. It's about the fact that they're doing this to people intentionally. They're cheating their customers and hoping like nobody will notice. Farzi Cafe, you really need to do better.
Now, we actually have a couple of responses to look for.
Does no one check their receipt before paying, or like the total before paying?
But then
I'm
after
confused.
that, we also have a response from the owner of the franchise. But first of all, let's take a response from the Mississauga restaurant. Public statement, Farzi Cafe, Mississauga. We are aware of a recent video being circulated by certain individuals regarding their experience at our Mississauga location. While we respect everyone's right to share their opinion, it becomes deeply concerning when personal views are deliberately laced with baseless allegations for the sake of attention without considering the potential harm
they
such
literally
claims
have
will cause
receipts.
to our business, our hardworking team and their families. In today's economic climate, where job security is fragile and layoffs are frequent, our management has worked tirelessly to retain every member of our team. It is crucial to act with
Some places
empathy
are
and
scammers, though,
responsibility.
so
Reckless and false narratives can directly impact
course.
the livelihoods of innocent employees who dedicate themselves to serving our guests with care and commitment.
They're gonna say they're not
our
doing
legal
it.
team is now actively
Checking
pursuing
my
the matter
phone.
to hold the individuals involved accountable for the damage caused to our goodwill and business. At Farzi Cafe Mississauga, we remain committed to offering the highest quality innovative fusion food, service and ambience. We sincerely thank our loyal patrons who continue to support us during this time. Okay, so that's a response. I've got to be honest, it is
Must
a
be
bit of a
knowing 'cause they
nothing response,
closed down.
isn't it? They actually don't respond to any of the claims, really, other than just basically saying, like, it's not true. There's no proof or anything. There's not even really, like, a rebuttal to the claims, again, other than just saying that it's a lie. And the vast majority of the statement is basically just saying that claims like this can affect the business. Which, yeah, of course, no one wants to see employees,
I'm waiting for food. That's why I'm
especially if they
checking
have
out
nothing
my
to do
phone.
with this, like, potential alleged scam that people are claiming. No one wants to see them employees get fired, right? But you also can't just go out there and overcharge people and use these manipulative
and
tactics
scam
to
them,
make them
and then
order
when they
food
call
that
you
they're
out,
not
you're
aware
like,
that they're ordering
what are you
without
talking
being
about?
aware that it's obviously going to get called out. And I think if it was just Hanua's video, that might be different, right? But the fact that so many people have came out with these exact same claims, it really does feel like this is an ongoing issue. Again, some of the claims are made from like 2 years ago, and not only 2 years ago, consistently throughout the last 2 years. Now, interestingly, the franchise owner has also came out with a statement that is very different to the one we just read. Massive Restaurant Private Limited, the franchisor and owner of the Farzi Cafe brand, Farzi Cafe India, wishes to notify the public, especially in Canada, that it has terminated its franchise agreement with Farzi Cafe Mississauga, the franchisee in Canada. Termination of the franchise agreement occurred over a year ago in April 2024. As such, Farzi Cafe Mississauga is no longer a part of the Farzi Cafe brand and family, and has not been since April 2024. In terminating contractual relations with Farzi Cafe Mississauga, Farzi Cafe India alleges serious breaches of the parties' franchise agreement, with many of those breaches coming to light as a result of a customer complaints. Legal proceedings against Farzi Cafe Mississauga were commenced in June 2024, and the matter is currently before the court in Brampton. It is through legal proceedings that Farzi Cafe India seeks to protect its brand and the public it serves. While customer complaints continue to be received by Farzi Cafe India to this day, Farzi Cafe India wishes to assure the public that it is committed to protecting its brand and the public, and the customer complaints will be heeded. So okay, there's obviously some details we don't know, right? Like why the franchise agreement was originally terminated. But what we do know is that Massive Restaurant, which is the
maybe they had an undercover person from the main branch or whatever, maybe they went there to have a meal undercover and they got scammed. You scammed the person in charge.
Owner of the Fazzy Cafe brand has now took Fazzy Cafe Mississauga to court, and this is due to alleged serious breaches of the party's franchise agreement. Again, we don't know all the details, but I mean, it's not looking good for Fazzy Cafe Mississauga.
Like that show Undercover Boss, where the boss
statement by Fazzy Cafe
pretends to be
they did say that their legal team is now
a customer.
pursuing the matter to hold the individuals accountable and all this stuff, right? So Hanua has actually posted a
Well, not a
video
customer, or just
kind of talking about these legal
employee.
threats. It's a video of her husband, and they go on to give like a bit of a recap of what's happened, you know, like the original video, which we've already looked through. They then go on to talk about the statements that were released.
After all this, the original Fuzzy Cafe brand owned by Mr. Zorawar Kalra issued a public statement. They said Fuzzy Cafe Mississauga is no longer part of their brand. In fact, they cut ties with the Canadian location back in April 2024 and confirmed that legal proceedings against them began in June 2024. And then Fuzzy Cafe Canada put out a public statement saying they're taking legal action not against the situation but against us for sharing our experience. Even with over 5,000 plus comments online saying the same thing. Even though Google...
So you scammed them, trying to give them extra food that they have to pay for that they don't want. And now you're trying to scam them again with this lawsuit, trying to get extra money from them. You didn't get enough money at the restaurant that night they came.
Reviews, Yelp, TripAdvisor are filled with people complaining about identical practices. They still choose to call it baseless allegations and personal views. And here's the part I don't understand. If all this was baseless, why are your comments turned off? Why does the Better Business Bureau give you an F rating? Why did the actual Fuzzy brand cut ties with you? And
they're gonna lose this
none
lawsuit.
Of this adds up if your business had nothing to hide.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't have said it better myself. I mean, all the evidence we're seeing here definitely does not look good in the side of the Mississauga restaurant. From what we can tell, they didn't try suing the countless amounts of other people that have left negative reviews.
Countersue them.
It just so happens that Hanua's video went incredibly
because they'll get money.
And now
they'll
they
get
want to
something.
take legal action, which, I mean, first of all, it already seems like they're in a bit of hot bother as it is, so I don't know if that would be the best decision. But also, I don't think it will happen, right? Because as we'll later find out, the actual restaurant, like the location, closed down. But either way, this video was actually uploaded before the restaurant had closed down, and Hanua goes on to end the video by saying that she just spoke about her experience. It's not defamation.
We are not food
Yeah,
bloggers.
it's weird.
We don't make restaurant reviews for content. We just had a bad experience and we spoke about it honestly. And now we are being threatened with legal actions. Yes, I agree. We did not double check the bill. But let me ask you one thing. Does that give a restaurant the right to overcharge you?
No,
Because last
but
time I
still,
checked,
you should
as a
check before you swipe your
consumer in
card.
Ontario, we have rights. You are allowed to speak up. You are allowed to file a complaint. And you are definitely allowed to share your own experience. That's not defamation. That's protection. So thank you to everyone who stood by us. We didn't expect this, but maybe it needed to happen.
Okay, so that was the last video that Hanua uploaded on this situation. Now, we can actually see on this article by Now Toronto, it goes on to say, Mississauga restaurant Fazzy Cafe shuts down following accusations of scamming customers. According to a spokesperson from Square One, Fazzy Cafe is no longer operating out of the shopping centre as of Monday. However, the spokesperson did not tell Now Toronto a reason as to what caused the restaurant's closure. And now a bunch of Canadian TikTokers have also started making videos talking about the fact that the restaurant has shut down. For example, there's a video here from a user called Penny and Friends.
I just heard Fuzzy Cafe got shut down. It's actually crazy because I was there with a shorty like 4 months ago. I didn't put my experience on the internet, but it's crazy to see that after that one video, everyone started posting their experiences and the place got shut down. And yo, imagine doubling down and then they tried suing the person that posted the video. How are you gonna sue someone because your restaurant is ass? Okay? It's
How are you gonna get mad at someone for getting caught in a scam?
I was treated like booty cheese.
Because they call you out.
Okay?
Now you mad at
Nobody showed me
them.
respect. The bill
You mad you
didn't
got
add up
caught.
at the end. And you know, the food just didn't taste good. And that's my opinion. How are you gonna sue someone for sharing their experience? Fuzzy Cafe, we need less businesses like you and more moral and ethical business in Canada that doesn't try to screw their customers. Fuzzy Cafe, what you gonna do? You got shut down, you gonna sue me too or what?
There's also another video I saw uploaded by a user called Naception. It's got copyrighted music in the background, but the caption does say that one girl really got the whole place to shut down, and then we actually see this letter on the front of the restaurant. So we can see this is a letter to the tenants from, I believe, the landlord, and it says, pursuant to the letter delivered to you and dated June 10th, 2025, the lease has been terminated. If you would like to claim any property located at the premises or the storage premises which belongs to you, please contact the undersigned. If any of your property is not claimed within 5 days after today's date, then such items will either be sold or stored by the landlord on your behalf at your expense. So yeah, who knows what's going to happen here? Who knows if they're going to just relocate to a different place?
That's what they
I'm
get
not sure.
for scamming
But obviously
people.
there is a current legal battle going on with this franchise agreement. Who knows what's going to happen there? Again, at this point, I would highly doubt that they're going to try and sue Hanua for a video, but again, who even knows at this point? Either way, I would love to know your opinions in the comments.
Okay, that's the end of the video. But yeah, that's so dumb that they're scamming their customers and then they get mad for being called out for being scammers, and then you trying to sue them for money that you already stole from them. So I don't know what's going on. But anyway, that is the end of this video. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Let me know what else I should react to in the comments below. And if you want to see my experiences in Korea, you can check out my first channel, SEKSHI V. And if you want to see my other socials, it's right here under my face. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.